Hey guys, Daniel here. Just want to welcome you to this live. I said I'd get on here this morning to um, talk about something about marketing. And before I get into that, I'll just tell you, I'm just back in Ireland since yesterday, and I'm actually pretty happy. It's pretty sunny here, which is unusual because usually it's raining. So pretty happy about that. We had a great time in Lanzarote. It was lovely there. It was around 27 to 30 degrees every day, and I'm so happy with that. And it was my second time there, and it was my wife's third time there, and it was our daughter Quiva's first time. So it was lovely to actually show her Lanzarote from what we've seen before. And we actually rented a car and drove around the island, which was beautiful as well. We actually went to the north of the island where we were on a cliff face, and you could see over into the sea, and you could see also the island across the way with a small fishing village. It was beautiful there, absolutely stunning. And we also walked through a volcanic cave as well, caused by lava from the volcano, and it was stunning there. So if anyone is ever in Europe, I would recommend going to Lanzarote. Well, it's not in Europe, it's actually in the west coast of Africa. So, and it's a Spanish colony as well. So I would recommend go visit the Canary Islands. Beautiful places and some amazing features to see in the land. Fabulous. So go check that out. But I said I get on here to talk about a story that that happened to me before. When I went to Australia a couple of years ago, I worked in sales, and I was actually going door to door selling electricity to customers. And it was actually a hard job because I had to use to knock on the door, introduce myself, and introduce the company I was working for to the customer. And usually I'd get the door shut in my face, I'd get some vulgar language thrown at me, and sometimes I made one mistake. Actually, I went back to a house that I've been before, and the guy actually said, "You've been here before, will you ever F off, I don't want to buy your shit." So awful cold calling, door to door, terrible. So I would, that's old style sales. You don't need to do that anymore. You can do it online, which is great. But before I get into that, I also worked over in Australia in another sales job, and that was on the phone. So I was calling customers all the time. It was actually just cold calling for a website and SEO company called ICU2. And in this company, they used to build websites for customers, and they used to also do the search engine optimization for them also. So I was shown a bit of that too, so that was very interesting. But I was actually hired to call customers out of the blue. So we started with a phone book, and I'd start from the back of the phone book, and I'd use the numbers and companies. So that was a nightmare because I'd usually get, I don't want to buy anything, or F you, or piss off, or whatever. They didn't like cold calling. But I was actually talking to a couple of nice customers as well. I actually all I had to do was just organize a meeting between them and my boss at the time. And it was pretty simple. That was it. So I had to introduce myself, introduce the company and what we did. Some of them listened, some of them didn't. And just organize a meeting to come out. I did organize meetings. I was organizing one or two a day, but I'd have to make around 500 or 600 phone calls a day, which was awful because the amount of abuse that you get is not good for your head also. So I didn't like any of that. So I didn't last too long doing that. And he actually had me go out we actually went out to a customer as well, and showed me how to actually make a sale to the customer. So that was very interesting. But cold calling is dead. That's old style. You have the internet. You have a phone in your hand. You have messages. You have so many different tactics to use nowadays. You don't actually have to contact the customer by the phone on a phone call, or you don't have to go knock on their door unless you actually have something that they are looking for. So the best way to find somebody to sell to is you need to figure out, first of all, what is your niche market? What are you actually selling? And then you need to look for your customers. And they are actually all in the places that they're already there. They're in groups, they're in Instagram profiles, they are following what they like to follow. So you need to go into their them certain profiles. For example, if I was an electricity company and I wanted to target new customers, what I would do is I would go on to the likes of Facebook or Instagram or Reddit, whatever. There's loads of different options to pick, even Twitter. You can go on to their profiles of you go onto the profiles of your competitors, and you go in and see who actually likes their pages and target their customers. You can message them privately, introduce yourself, don't make a sale in the first message. Contact them, introduce yourself, become nice with them, and eventually you can say, hey, check this out, blah blah blah. You don't make a sale on the first message. Never contact someone and say, hey, I'm selling this, buy this. People don't like that kind of shit. That is called spam. So for example, I have it written down here, so you could go to the likes of you could use your ads first of all and target certain customers. So let's say if I wanted to target Gary Vaynerchuk's customer base, I can actually go onto Facebook and use Facebook ads to target Gary's customer base. He has a huge following. Or even Grant Cardone. You can actually target the certain people on their lists and sell to them. And if it's something they're interested in, they can click on it, and you don't actually have to do any talking to them. It's all on script, it's all written down, and you can create a video like this and post it on a Facebook ad and send it out to their customers. Simple. Facebook have made it so simple to do this now. You don't actually have to go knock on doors, or you don't have to make any phone calls. Just put it up on the screen and like this, or an ad, a picture ad. So you can also do this by Twitter. But Twitter is a bit different, right? If you were targeting customers on Twitter, you can put up ads and you can target it, right? But if you want to target specific customers, you could go into their profiles and send them a DM. And you can do the exact same thing on Instagram. A DM is direct mail. And Gary Vaynerchuk has always gone on about direct mail. Direct mail is one of the most unused resources out there, all right? And a lot of people don't bother using it. And believe it or not, a lot of customers, a lot of people out there do not get any direct mail. So if you're following someone or someone's following you, you can actually just go into their profile, click the message, send them a message. Don't sell something in the first message. Introduce yourself, talk to them, become friends. You know, it takes around 2 or 3 messages to kind of soften them up a small bit. And, you know, if they like you, they will check you out. They will look in to see what you're giving, and most of these people are actually looking for what you have because they're the target audience that you're looking for. Because, like I said before, you can actually shoot into these particular groups and pages and people that are following specific people, the likes of, if you're selling property or anything, Grant Cardone is your place to go. Or if you're doing something with marketing, Gary Vaynerchuk, or social media, Gary Vaynerchuk. Or with Russell Brunson, you could go for the likes of funnels and the same with Facebook ads and all that kind of carry on. So you can actually target all these people. They're all there waiting for you. So another way, and this is an offline way to target customers that you want to sell to. This is for the big time guys now. These are the guys that you actually want to introduce yourself and make a big sale, right? You can't really do this to lots of customers unless you do it very cheaply. So you got to make sure that you have the right kind of, you got to make sure that you're not spending too much. But you can actually send out books or gifts to your clients, to the cold calling. So you're not actually talking to them. You can send them out a book from eBay. I've actually learned this from Elevator to the Top by Ryan Stewmans, and you know, it's a great book. You should check it out. Great tips. So you can actually go to the likes of Amazon. You can buy a book. You can put a note on it from Amazon. We'll do it for you, and you can send it out to your clients, and your clients will see the note, and they'll see the book, and they'll be very interested in what you have to say because it is something that they don't usually get. They don't get gifts that much. So check that out. That's a great idea to target customers and clients. And I'm looking here at a story that Ryan has on his book, and he goes on about how he actually received a video card, which was a bit different from a book and a message or a note or gift. So he got a video card, and the person that sent it to him was Kent Cutter. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And the video card spoke to him personally about coming to an event. And Ryan dropped everything and went to the event. Why? Because it was something different that he got, and something that targeted just him, and it made it very personal. So guys, it's pretty easy to do all this stuff. You just gotta use your imagination and just work on your budget. You don't want to spend too much on this. You just want to make sure it is a clever idea. So Russell Brunson also does this as well. He does this to his clients, his Dream 100, and now it's actually a Dream 1000, he says now. So he actually sends out a monthly, I think it is a comic book, every month to his clients. And it's all about marketing. And that's how he targets his Dream 100. That's what he does. So basically, use the tools that are given and reach the top end guys, and keep the message very personal. If you're using the likes of Instagram as well, I spoke of this in my last video. Use your hashtags. Hashtags are very good. You can use your hashtags on groups and messages, and it doesn't look like you're really spamming, because unless they realized it, most admins think that hashtags are just for fun, but hashtags can actually bring people back to your group or page or your business. So check that out. It's something I was checking out last night, and it pretty much worked for me. I posted in a few groups, and people were clicking on the hashtags and coming back to my page. So guys, that is another little tip for you there. So I'm gonna head away from you I'm gonna head away today and just do some work. I got a lot of work to do on my course. Fixing up my videos at the moment and redoing some of them as well, because I don't find that I've put the right or put enough information into them. So I'm just going to check that out, and I hope you have a great day, guys, and enjoy yourselves, and keep on winning and take it easy. All right, guys, good luck.